is your fourth driving related or alcohol related driving offense. I also know you got eight prior charges for driving with your license suspended. So you're continuing to.
I need the right help.
Huh?
I need the right help.
Yeah. Well, saying all this to tell you that this is your last chance to get that for yourself. On the record now, versus Michael Saylor, case number 245346. Record reflects Mr. Saylor's present here in the courtroom. I could have counsel take your appearances on.
Sierra Coke on behalf of the people.
Thank you, Your Honor. Richard Truth, on behalf of Mr. Saylor.
Thank you. This is the date and time set for a sentencing hearing in this matter. Mr. Saylor, did you have a chance to go through the pre-sentence report and talk to Mr. Truth about that?
Yes, I did.
Mr. Truth, are there any additions, deletions, or corrections to that report?
No, Your Honor.
Are there any challenges to the scoring of the guidelines?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Cope, do the people have any additions, deletions, or corrections?
No, Your Honor.
Any challenges to the scoring?
No, Your Honor.
Anything on behalf of the people for allocution?
This is one of those cases where you look at it and you think to yourself, Mr. Saylor's lucky to be standing before this court today with no one having been injured. I mean, he's doing 106 miles per hour on the highway. He's at a .276 and a .281. He has 3 prior drunk drivings. This is his 4th, I believe. He attempted to go to rehab, but he left after 3 days. Essentially, he has done nothing to help himself in any way. And it seems like just a series of one bad decision after another in Mr. Saylor's life. I'm hopeful that he uses the time that he has in the jail to reflect on these decisions. I think the recommendation is fair, 10 months up, 10 months of jail, 8 months up front. And then if he wants to attend rehab for the last 2 months, I think a rehabilitative goal should be important for Mr. Saylor as well as for society. I ask the court to follow the recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I disagree with some of how the prosecutor framed the case here. I mean, certainly what Mr. Saylor did here was a bad decision. It was dangerous. I don't agree that he hasn't done anything to help himself. He did get out and fully comply with the requirements of community corrections, including testing. He did those things. Yes, did he go to rehab and didn't stay there? That's accurate. The reason he didn't stay there, though, was they wanted to use medically assisted treatment for him. He did not want to do that. He didn't want to substitute one substance for another. Certainly, we could debate whether that's the right decision or not, but that's what happened. He was open and honest with me in terms of what was going on there when he left there. He communicated that to me. I think that it is not an inappropriate decision for him to make. It wasn't the right fit for him. Since then, he has been looking into the Lion's Den. We don't have a bed or like a start date for him there because we did anticipate upfront jail here. So we didn't want to get him into that program. I would ask court to consider allowing him to go into that program at some point during the jail sentence. The court's probably a little bit familiar with the Lion's Den program, but it's a long-term program in Roscommon. He attempted to get into the drug court in Roscommon, but they won't accept transfers. And because this case is here, they just simply told him no. He didn't have another available option there. I think the Lion's Den would meet his needs. I think it's something that would provide him with structure and the support that he needs. So I would ask the court to consider following the recommendation insofar as the upfront jail, allowing him the ability to maybe go into the Lion's Den or a different inpatient treatment if he is able to find that. Thank you.
Mr. Saylor, anything you wanted to say?
I'm sorry.
I did review the report. There's a few things that stick out to me, not only about the circumstance, but about your past history as well. I mean, on the positive side, it does appear I did receive a report from Ms. Anderson indicating that you have complied with your alcohol testing, remaining alcohol-free during pendency of this case. So that's certainly positive. The negatives obviously are your past history. We've been down this road before, been on probation 5 or 6 times, 5 or 6 jail sentences. Here we are again. You're looking at guidelines here, 7 to 23, so the court would be within the guidelines, essentially almost 2 years in prison. And the next time you're before this or any other court, I think you're gonna be looking at prison at the bottom. So this really is your last opportunity to avoid that as a consequence. This is your fourth driving related or alcohol related driving offense. I also know you've got eight prior charges for driving with your license suspended. So you're continuing to.
I need the right help.
Huh?
I need the right help.
Yeah. Well, saying all this to tell you that this is your last chance to get that for yourself. I mean, courts can order it all day long. You know, it's not going to matter unless you want to make the change. I do agree with the jail sentence portion of this. I think there needs to be a likely consequence because of the danger that you pose to yourself, and more importantly, to everybody else who is out there with that kind of blood alcohol level. That's high. But I also agree that the rehabilitation component here is appropriate as well. So I think that the sentence is well crafted to provide both for punishment and for the potential of rehabilitation. So I think the recommendation is, like I said, well crafted, and I'm going to follow that. The court is going to sentence you to probation for a period of 24 months. The court's going to adopt as the conditions of the probation all the terms and conditions listed in the report. The court is going to order that you serve 10 months in the Crawford County Jail. Court would consider allowing you to leave for treatment after 8 months of that sentence. You do have credit for 2 days served. Crime victims assessment of $130, court costs of $325, attorney fees of $350, $68 state cost, $100 reimbursement for the alcohol testing, $30 per month while you're on probation as a supervision. You do have the ability to seek an appeal of this sentence, and Mr. Trush, you did have Mr. Saylor acknowledge receipt.
We already provided that to the court. We went over it before the hearing.
Ms. Pope, is there anything else that you need to address for the people today?
No, thank you.
Mr. Trush,
Nothing further today.
Mr. Saylor, you're remanded to custody of county prison.